The Ford Puma is finally in South Africa, and again we've got a passenger car that's not a bakkie or an SUV, replacing the need for an EcoSport Fiesta and Focus, which were ripped out from underneath us. What you're looking at here is the top of the range version, the ST line, which has got everything you can think of and the most aesthetic styling of the two options. The other one that's available is the Titanium, but let's look at the ST line first. So your ST line is going to have all of the additional silver and chrome trim, as well as these 18-inch sport wheels and body-colored wheel arches. And as you can see, it's the ST line. You've also got these pretty cool puddle lamps in the shape or outline of a Puma, which you'll see more of on the inside. Coming around the back, you'll probably see, well, my favorite angle of the car, and especially with those LED rear tail lights. But let's have a look at what it's like on the inside. And because this is the ST line, you're getting a power tailgate and loads of space back here. You've also got quite a nifty parcel shelf that can also go right down to the bottom to give you more space. But if you do need to access the spare wheel, which it's got, you can then put this parcel shelf at a 45-degree angle and it'll stay there. But it'll only stay there if the back seat hasn't been pushed flat, which is a bit of a design flaw. So let me quickly go and fix that. Okay, let's try that again. And as you can see, you can put it at a 45 angle and it stays there. And once it is up, you're able to actually look on the inside here. And as you can see, there's lots of space. You've got a weird tub that you can store whatever you need to. But what's most important is that there is a spare wheel. And at the touch of a button, your boot is closing. Okay, and now the interior. And this is where the ST line really stands out of the two. You can see you've got this carbon fiber looking trim. You've got a full leather interior here, all across the seats, on the steering wheel and everywhere. And it's got this really nice pattern to it, and it's soft and supple. Oh, it feels so good. It's modern, it's comfortable, and it looks really good. And they've used great materials in here too. So it's a proper step up from the outgoing models like the EcoSport, Fiesta and Focus. For me, one of the standout features of this ST line interior is this digital display here, where again you get to see the Puma icon, which I think is a nice touch. And there you'll see the automatic transmission, which we'll chat about just now when we go for a drive. But below that you can see some buttons to just some of the technology this car's got, like 4 different drive modes and park assist. You've also got a separated climate control that's not built into the infotainment, which is always a huge plus. And you've got this push button start, just to add to how modern this vehicle is now. And here's a quick look at the full digital display that's bright, detailed and standard on the ST line. You've also got this infotainment that's standard across both models too. And as I said earlier, these seats are full of detail. And not only do they look good, but they're super comfortable. You could definitely do a lot of driving in these. Some other important things to note is you've got 6 airbags, ambient lighting and a 10-speaker B&O audio system. Okay, now onto the back seats, because you're going to have to carry passengers too. Now, an important note here is that's in my driving position and I have no legroom. Yep, I've got no legroom. There's no space in front of my knees here. It's very tight. So if you do have passengers that are tall, then you might want to stick them up in front. And if you look up, there is a panoramic sunroof, which is standard on this ST line. Now the version we're going to go for a drive in is the Titanium model. So I got to see both of them and compare them quite nicely. So immediately from the outside, you'll notice that the wheel arches aren't colored. You don't have the same grille, but you do have the same daytime running lights in the front and the LED rear tail lights at the back, which is a nice touch. And seeing it in real life in the daylight, I must say I'm very impressed with the looks of it. The pictures and videos online don't really do it that much justice. I mean, you get a good idea, but seeing it in real life, yeah, you guys are going to be impressed. Okay, and now onto some of the detail you guys have been waiting for. So this car is powered by a 1-litre turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, which is Ford's EcoBoost engine, and it puts out 92 kilowatts and 170 newton meters of torque. And all the power is being sent through a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is actually really great because you don't actually know that it's working or doing anything. So a gearbox that goes by unnoticed is a really good one. And this engine felt really good. It's got a lot of pep in its step, and when you put your foot down, it actually goes. It doesn't hesitate too much, which is good for a little city car like this. And then looking at the instrument panel on this Titanium version, you can see it doesn't have the full digital display. But just like the ST line, it does have wireless phone charging and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is always a plus because you don't have cables everywhere. And here's a look at the infotainment, which you saw on the ST line too. So again, both models have got the same thing, which is always nice because you don't always feel like you are buying the cheaper one. And then onto the drive modes that I said it's got. You've got normal, eco, sport, slippery, and trail. So yes, you can go on the dirt roads with this. I wouldn't say you can go off-roading, but you can definitely go off the beaten track. And here's a quick look at the spacious cubbyhole, where you can see you've actually got 2 compartments in there, which is quite handy. And here's that detail that I was talking about up front here that almost looks like carbon fiber, but we know it isn't. And then onto the pricing. So this titanium model sells from 569,900 Rand. But what's cool is that you are still getting some of the creature comforts that you're getting in the ST line. But I guess if you're paying that sort of money, you should expect it. And then onto the range topping ST line, which sells for 613,900 Rand. So pricing is one thing, but being able to understand if you can afford it on a monthly basis, I'll do a quick breakdown of the cost of ownership and you can check it out to make your decision. Now, Ford Pumas are in the country, but stock is limited. But if you are in the market for any other Ford, like a Focus, a Fiesta, or an EcoSport, then go check them out on changecars.co.za. They're a website that sells new and used cars, but they're also approved by Discovery Insure and all auto manufacturers. And with all the dealers selling cars on their website being vetted, you know that whatever car you buy is going to be of great quality. And they're also a proud partner of Greg Dennis Reviews. Yep, so that's the new Ford Puma. Expect to see these on the road soon. They are at some dealerships, so you can go check them out. And I must say, I'm very impressed with the overall package, how much kit it's got inside of it, the looks and the drive quality. It is still very expensive, but hey, that's just the car industry at the moment. So thanks for watching another Greg Dennis review. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit more about the new Ford Puma. And if you did enjoy this, then please drop a like below and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos in the future. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.